Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Live from the Hobbit house. Didn't know we'd be coming up here this weekend, and it's actually just me and Zach. So it's fun. We didn't come up like I don't want anybody to think there was like an emergency. It was just Zach had Monday. He has Monday off school, so I took Monday off work. The other kids all have things that they have to do, and he hasn't been up here in like a month, and he probably loves it as much as any of the kids, maybe a little more than some. So anyways, that's why we're here. So I'm trying something new today. You're going to probably see me looking off to the side because maybe I should do that differently. Maybe I should switch these around. Anyways, I have a second monitor finally up here at the Hobbit house. And I'm trying to, okay, now I'm going to do chat. Ooh, I don't like this way of doing chat. I'm going to do chat the other way. But chat's working. Right, I think is chat from Twitch. Yep, I see Twitch chat and I see YouTube chat. Is it working everywhere? It's always like reinventing the wheel every time I come up here and do a stream. I don't know why. Maybe we'll get it down before too much longer. Let me see if I can use my regular old YouTube chat. I like that a little bit better. But I talked about getting a portable monitor up here for a long time, and I finally got one. There we go. Let's pop out the chat. I just am used to reading the YouTube chat for some reason. It just goes better for my eyeballs. And 3Ative is here. Excellent. I'm cutting out a bit. Oh, bummer. All right, Ryan was first. Vanessa, David. I know Sir Goodenough was ready because he was. I saw him in chat early when I was testing chat. All right, we got Ash, we got Nick. Unexpected is an alarm going off. Yeah, that's what I thought maybe people would think when I said that. I thought, oh, I got to make sure everybody doesn't think that it's like an alarm or something or a water leak or anything crazy. But we're so close to being ready up here. We're so close to being ready. I know I gave you a big update last week, so I won't go into all this stuff because I haven't done too much new since we got up here this time. But we're doing lights this time, like lighting inside, not like awesome fancy wLED lights, just like lights above the island in the kitchen, the light above the pool table that I made. That's pretty cool. So some of those things, we're just getting this close, and we've got batteries on the way, solar panel, last couple of parts are on the way, hoping that in 2 weeks we will have power that isn't from the generator. That will be so awesome. Checking in from Minnesota. All right, Matthew, how's Minnesota? It's still been cold here. We had like a couple days of real spring where it was like 70, 80 degrees and sunny and warm and all this. And then it snowed again. And it rained and rained and rained. But we're loving it. We're loving it. What portable monitor did I end up with? Good question, Nicholas. So let me tell you the story there. I got one from Banggood, but it's working great. This is the second one I got from Banggood. Actually, I guess I can move over a tab so you can see. Now I got all my tabs open over here, and I closed the tab for the Banggood monitor. Here it is. We'll pull this one over here. There you go. This is it. It's the Porpoise, which is an odd name. Maybe it means something better in the translation, but it's a simple monitor. It's 17-inch, so it's nice and big. It's got a bit of a matte screen to it, which I like. It does have built-in speakers. You don't use those. I wouldn't use them very much unless you had no option, but they're fine. It's powered by USB-C. It's got HDMI mini port on it. I think it has an in and an out. It's got 2 HDMI mini ports. It does have a nice little volume. The volume switch is kind of nice. We've been using it. It's only been maybe less than a week, but it hasn't had any problems. It's not flickering out or doing anything wild. I would compare it with the Blitzwolf one that I have and say that they're very comparable. The difference with the Blitzwolf one was it has a touchscreen. This does not. This Porpoise one does not have a touchscreen. And I have in the description a coupon code. If you're looking for something like this, I think that's why there's a flash deal. I think that flash deal is like ours, yours and mine. And it's for $175, so it gives you whatever $15 off. So it's good. It's nice. It doesn't have a case, so even though it says portable, I would probably not like haul it around a bunch of places. The Blitzwolf one did have a case, or like a cover, you know, kind of like a hard laptop cover. But the Blitzwolf one was also, you know, more expensive. It was in the 200s. I don't think even it wasn't that one. It was similar to these here on the side, but it was the 17-inch. So, you know, 220. So, you know, you pay extra for the cover and for the touchscreen. But I don't use the touchscreen almost never on the Blitzwolf. I don't really like touching my monitor. So I guess it depends on what you want it for. But it's good. It's great. We brought it up here for this, and I'm going to leave it up here for this. But also because I think we talked about last time when we were up here that Dawson was like monopolizing the TV because he was playing Xbox. so anyways, there you go. Thank you, Blitzwolf. Thank you, Banggood, for the monitor. Does it have an internal battery? It does not, Nicholas. No, it does not. Porpoise is quite popular these days. The F1 cars have been doing it, going all season. Look at that snow. Can you see snow? Oh, yeah. You mean the snow on my background? No, that was from a little while ago. But we do still have snow on the mountains. Hey, Zachary woke up. He must have heard me talking. It's only noon.
Yeah.
Stupid windy for a long while back. 70 yesterday, back to 40s. Man, wind is tough to deal with. Is that an old photograph with the snow in the Hobbit house? It's old, Tony. Yeah, it's old. It's about, I think I took that picture maybe a month and a half ago or something like that. Did I find out more about the solar panel cutoff code rules? Stubbs says. No, I haven't asked for another interpretation. I did find out for sure though that you have to have power to the transmitter for the remote disconnect for your panels to work. So the default is for them to not work, which is, I can understand why you would do that. Basically, if power gets lost to the transmitter, then all the panels shut off. There's Zachy. Wave, Zach. So that makes sense, but it scared me a little bit when I first connected everything and I was testing voltage and I expected 90 volts and I got 3. I was worried, but it works good. You see the link in the stream description? Okay, good. Good. Happy Sunday, Robert says. Happy Sunday. Why am I not seeing all my text? Why is this not? Oh, it's not really popped out. Where's my popped out chat? What the hey, eh? Maybe I didn't finish hitting pop out chat. There it goes. Now I can close this, and that may help because that way I'm not streaming at the same time. So a couple other things that I'll share. Yeah, no battery. I don't know, Nicholas, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure there are some that have a battery, but I don't know. I haven't seen any. Not the ones that I have. Oh, I was going to tell you. So I know I'm certainly concerned when, recommending spending money on something that's kind of, it's hard to say off-brand anymore because it's all the same. Just, maybe because some other little bit more well-known electronics company puts a name on it. It's probably not much different. And they're most likely made in the same place or made with very similar parts in a very similar way. But I did buy from Amazon a few years ago a portable monitor, and it was crap. And I'm embarrassed. It was like $360, and it's crap. And it's even smaller than these. And the time that's gone by, because that was probably 3-4 plus years ago. Well, it's 22, so it was even more. But I've been very disappointed in that one. So buying from Banggood, buying from AliExpress versus buying from Amazon, I don't know that Amazon is giving you, at least in some cases, a lot better product. I did not buy the cheap one when I bought that one from Amazon, and it still has been crap. And when I say crap, I mean it doesn't work. There's something wrong, I think, with the power module inside, because it will kind of turn on and then just constantly turns off. Turns on, turns off, turns on, turns off. Anyways, hey, Joe, how's it going? Did you hear my solar stuff? We're so close, man. We're so close to getting things turned on. The one I have has a battery. Ooh, Deco Gear. Ooh, where'd you get that one from? I don't even remember the brand of the one that I had from Amazon years ago. It wasn't like a well-known brand or anything. How's the water pressure with the new pump? Fantastic, Jacob. Fantastic. Good remembering. Yeah. So Jacob's talking about we've had a pump in the well tank, or a pump in the well to fill the tank for a long time. And we've been running that off generator. Now it's running off the big generator. We was running off a separate generator because of the distance, but we finally got the wires run over there and some underground conduit and all that. And so we got power to that from the big generator, which is great. And then all of our leak problems that we had, because we did have a leak. We had a frozen pipe and a leak. That all was from this flow pump that we had. And the flow pump we had was temporary. Now we've got a real good one in. Oh boy, I don't need a discount. Thank you. Is that just because I stayed on the page long enough? And there's no way to close it. Turkeys. Anyways, we put in this flow pump, and the flow pump monitors the pressure. And when the pressure's low, it pumps, fills up, the reservoir, the pipes with pressure, and then you get to use it for a while. You're not going to be noisy, are you?
I'm just trying to get just a couple of the okay stuff.
If you want to grab some food, take it and go somewhere. Don't be a doofus. Zach likes acting like an idiot. He does. That's his coping mechanism is, I'm going to act like a dope. He's not a dope. And I know he's not a dope, which is why it bothers me when he acts like a dope. But I love him. He's wonderful. He's still a dope. Yay on the solar. I did research on your auto cutoff doohickeys. Oh, good. Looks like they get signal over the power wire. Really? So it should be pretty reliable, not like wireless would be. Oh, is that why? Oh, that makes sense. That makes some sense. So because we did put, that's those channel, it looks like, to me, it looks like a current monitor. So it's putting a signal in through that, huh? Wow. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Because I was afraid of wireless being pretty Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, we're going to look at these monitors real quick. So is this portable 200 with the, does that have a battery? Wow. Some of them have batteries anyways, huh? If you're looking for one like that. Oh, look at that. It's got a nice stand at the bottom too. And it's got USB and stuff in there. Oh, that's kind of nice. And that's not a bad price. I do like the finish on mine. Oh, and that one's a touchscreen too. Wow. I do like the finish. I do like that it's matte finish, because in here especially, for some reason, I feel like I'm always getting, maybe it's because I have so much natural light, so it's a lot of really bright light coming in the windows, because I feel like a lot of glare on my regular monitor. So it's great to have this one that doesn't have so much monitor or so much glare on it. All right, so that's the monitor. We wanted to talk about that. And the next thing I wanted to mention is, you guys know 3Ative. 3Ative is actually a genius when it comes to graphical stuff. So when you see my intro video for this stream and for the stream when I'm at home where it's got the squirrels and they're dancing and all that stuff, that was for 3Ative. He made that stuff. If you're interested in that kind of work or whatever, that's what he does. Ooh, I saw somebody go bling bling, but I didn't see who it was. Crudola. Oh, UK Heli Pilot, I think. Is that right? How's it going, man? Thanks for being here. Thanks for resubscribing. So I was gonna say my so 3Ative. So 3Ative just put out a couple videos in the last few weeks. NSpanel. You guys know the Signoff NSpanel? You know what that is? We're gonna pull up his video here for just a minute. We're not gonna go through it and watch it or anything, but it's good. It's good stuff. And I'm excited because I have one of these. Hopefully mine is not too different, because I think mine was kind of an early version, like before they were really on sale. So I hope that mine isn't too different. It shouldn't be too bad. Is this a link, 3Ative, to the NSpanel? Or do you have a link somewhere to the NSpanel? I'd just as soon use yours. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, there we go. NSpanel is here. I wonder what. Okay, so this is for the US, these are about 50, 60. They're 60. I looked at Banggood. and they were 60 plus like $4 shipping. And I looked at AliExpress and they were like 64 or 65, and I think it was free shipping. So, but 3.8 have used it. If you're going to use his videos to flash it, use his links to buy it. But he's got some, he does a good job. He goes through Photoshop, how you make your backgrounds, how you make your images, how you load them onto the NSpanel, which is really similar to the HASP-1 now they're called, right? The HA switch plate. And the HA switch plate, Luma made those, and I think he's still making them. I just checked his Tindy store today, and he's out of stock, but that just may be because there hasn't been demand. I think if you contact him and want one, he'll probably make one for you. But he sells those for $70, and those are also a Nextion display with an ESP8266. I think the screen's a little bit smaller. The Signoff one does have the touch buttons on there, so I'm pretty excited to finally get mine. I love my HA switch plates, and I love Luma that made them, but and I still use them. I have one on my desk, I have one on the wall, and I have several others kind of sitting in the bin that I never finished putting together. But this is a good option that you don't have to solder it all together. It's just you go through, you make your own graphics. And so in the first video, he'll show you how to make your own graphics. And then in the next video, in the second video here, nope, that's not it. Dang it. Oh, there it is. In the second video that he does, he'll show you how to do, how to put ESPHome on it, how to flash it with ESPHome and get it all doing what you want it to do. So both links to those videos are in the description. If you've got one of those NS panels, he's got a great tutorial on how to make it work and be awesome. So I'm going to do that with mine as well. I probably won't do a video about it because I just am too lazy to do a lot of videos. But I'll do a stream and we can talk about it some more another time after I've done this myself. So there you go. Thanks, DrZzs, for doing that, brother. Appreciate it. Awesome stuff. And here's his GitHub. I was just looking to see if he had, yeah, those are the tutorials. Okay. All right. Good. Now we're here. Oh, here's the HA switch plate Tindy store from Luma. He also makes pretty neat, pretty good 3D printed boxes for them. I think he has European ones as well, but he definitely has the US ones. For mine, I've kind of just cut a hole in regular plate, but that wasn't great. +1 for 3 to being a genius. Hey, Seamus, how you doing, brother? Thanks for being here. All right, guys is here having 3 in our house running ESPHome for 3 months now. Awesome. So you like them, guys? You like them? Internally, they would be the same. Okay, good. Blush. Matte finish would be nice. Matte finish is nice. I wish my laptop had a matte finish. I don't know why when is a matte finish not the right thing on something like this? I guess it kind of looks shiny and it kind of looks neat. Maybe it does look a little crisper. Maybe the detail's a little finer when it's gloss finish. But boy, the glare is sure a beast to deal with. All right, well, let me think. What else have I got to talk about? So I can talk about progress from last week. So last week, you love them and the missus loves them. Wow. That's going a long way. I love that they do have buttons included with them, that they've got buttons on them and they got relays inside them, right? So it's a pretty good combination. It's a bit pricey, but for what you're getting compared to other options. So I think so we're comparing it with the HA switch plate, but you could also compare it with the, what were those things called? There was a fancy switch like that. It was like $100 and I can't remember what it was called now. I went into somebody's house the other day and they had them everywhere. I can't remember now what they were called. If you want to upgrade my DrZzs, what should I get? DrZzs for Joe for your wLED stuff? Come see me. Come see me. We'll get you some ESP32s. Get the Quindor ones. Get the Quindor version. We had a lot of trouble when we bought kind of the generic ones from wherever. That were the blue PCB, kind of, I don't know if they were WeMOS or different brands, but the Quindor ones are much more reliable. They've been really, really pretty good. We do have every once in a while we have one that fails, but we were having a failure rate of Cali, I want to say 20%. It probably wasn't quite that high. It just felt that high, but it was clearly 5 to 10%, which is way too high. Because every time that happened, we had to ship somebody a new device, and it was a nightmare. But with Quindors, we don't have 1 out of 100 that fail. We've got maybe 1 out of 1,000. So it's been pretty good. That's what I would get, and I've got those. I like the external antennas. Right now, I don't have external antennas. I just have the onboard antennas. I like the external antennas the best. If you can't hook up to Ethernet, that's what I would like. Yeah, that explains your problem. Thanks. We'll talk. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah. Come see me. I wish I had them with me. If I had them with me, I'd drop them off at your house on our way home, or you could come get them or something. But they're out they're at the other house. Will there be another shipment of Dig Unos and Quads soon? Yes, Nicholas. And it's been at least a week since Quindor said 2 weeks. So this week, hopefully, I'll get a notice from him that says they're ready. I know they're close. China's still having troubles, man. They're still shutting things down. It's just awful. It's just awful and upsetting. But eventually, we're gonna have to get past it. I don't know how. Brilliant. Oh, that's right. Brilliant. Thank you, Panda Boy. You're right. Thank you. Thanks for being here, by the way. How you doing? Main problem is making a good design. That's the hard part. There you go. That's the hard part. And Creative is the guy. Creative is the guy. He's a wizard when it comes to Photoshop, and that's what he shows you how to do some of that. I use GIMP when I want to do those kinds of fancy things, and all the same functionality is there for the most part, as far as I know. Where you find some of the menu items is maybe a little different, but the functions are all still there, and GIMP is free. But if you have Photoshop, that's what he shows you how to do Creative. Is there a message going around at the wait? There's a message going around that the wemos C3 ESP32. Ooh, what's that? The C3. Is that just a new version? I know that there was an S or something recently as well. We talked about some of these. Was that C3? I think Travis did a video about that, didn't he? It does make the image sharper with the gloss, but the glare is the drawback. Gotcha. Removed your ESPHome switch plates, guys did. Oh wow, because of these other ones. Free GIMP for the win, amen. So I was gonna tell you, and let's see if we can look at my home assistant, my at-home home assistant. Which, by the way, I know that some of you had said, "Oh, Paul Hibbert's on board with Home Assistant now," and he is. But boy, his last couple videos, he's just been bashing some, and it's. I know some of the community, I guess, some of the Home Assistant community has been giving him a hard time for so long, and he's like, he's funny about it. He's really going after him. In Paul's own way. Love that dude. I would love to hang out with Paul. Paul, if you listen, if you watch this ever, let's hang out, dude. Come on. Congratulations, by the way. I think you got married recently, right? Ooh, hit me up in the video comments and I'll make another version for the most popular image editor too. Yes. Okay. Will do, man. Already did PM you the pics on the Discord of my design. Oh, yes, you did. I think I remember that. Anyone? Which news is that, Jay? All right, so I was gonna show. Let's go to. Let's find. Oh, that's the only one. The only window I have open. Let's open another one. Your audio is just fine, but the video is dropping frames. Okay. Well, I wonder if I can dumb down the resolution. He is hilarious. He likes punching them. He's got it. He's got his characters. I love. What did he say in one of his last ones? He's like, "I make videos just for an excuse to play dress up," or something like that. It is pretty funny. That dude puts some serious effort into those videos. I wish him super success. I'm glad he's been able to do this full time, and I would love to see his subscriber count double in a very short period of time. I think he does a great job, and he's fun to watch. Even if you don't care about what he's talking about, he's fun to watch. My kids would like watching him. I have Home Assistant at the wHobbit-Hole. I do have Home Assistant at the wHobbit-Hole. And actually, if I just type local, if I do the local Home Assistant, I think homeassistant.local, because I don't remember the the IP address up here. Yeah. So here's the grand. Well, what happened to my? Oh, here it is. No, WRT. I thought didn't we include? Did we not put in the? I thought we put in the power monitoring stuff. I'm a little bit behind on my wHobbit-Hole updates. I should probably do this. I thought I had put the Emporia view failed to set up. Oh, bummer. I don't remember where we left off on that, but anyways, yeah, that Emporia is important. I'm gonna need to use that. Anyways, while we're here, this isn't gonna hurt anything if I just do this now. Does it matter which one I do first? Does anybody care? wHobbit Assistant. Sorry, Tuya news about their service purchase. It's in the Home Assistant Reddit. Ooh, give me the summary, Jay. What's the summary? So with their service purchase, so what does that mean? That you now have to pay, like, to have them do something? Or what's that about? What's that about? I'm worried. Well, I guess I don't have any Tuya devices. Do I? I think I might, actually. I have Tuya devices, but I don't actually use the Tuya app for anything. The Tuya devices that I use that I haven't changed or flashed or anything is my shade rollers, and I just use the RF component of them. So they have Wi-Fi, but I've never even hooked it up. All right, we're gonna do operating system first. And we don't care about that. So then what I need to do, though, is I do need to go to my Nabu Casa. Pay like 25,000? People still use Reddit. I could if I could post the link. Oh, shoot it to me in Discord, Jay. Are you on Discord? Shoot it to me or give it to Sir Goodenough, and one of us can post it for you. Hello from Naples, Italy. How's Italy going? Doing? How they doing? How's it going? How they doing? I speak English good. Okay. I was going to look at, because I don't use it very often, but I got to go to my Nabu Casa when I'm up here because Elon doesn't let me connect through my VPN, I don't think, if I recall. Yeah, he doesn't. Such a turkey. Log in. Nabu Casa. Oop, this is a different one though. That's the one I want. I have 2 Nabu Casa accounts. I don't even use one of them. Oh, do I? I don't remember now. Maybe this one is for. Maybe I have Nabu Casa on this one. Can't remember. Connect. Now this will probably show my UI. Oh, Naples lost the football today. Doggone it. Who were they playing? Was it bad? So let's look at my screen. Does it get the top? No. So if I keep a window, let's take this, move it over here. And if I do that, I'm pretty good, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, but there it is anyways. Suck. Dang it. Thank you, Nabu Casa, for screwing me up again. Oh, well. All right. Okay. This is now my home assistant. That was all I was trying to do. All I was trying to do was post it in live chat. Okay, sweet. All I was trying to do was see my... They just couldn't find the football. Oh, they lost the football. Where did it go? Let's check out this Reddit thing. Oh, yeah. Man, I'm squirreling around today, and I don't have... Oh, I do. I need to bring... That's the other thing I need to do. Somebody very kindly, very, very kindly, gifted me a second Stream Deck, and I've used it at home because it's the big one. So that means I can bring my other Stream Deck up here so that I can have my buttons do my button things. My buttons do what buttons do. Because right now, I don't have my buttons, so I can't just push the button like that. Did that show up? It doesn't seem to have showed up. How about... yeah, I was trying to get it to show. Bummer. Well, we're going to do this stay on target because I need to stay on target. I'm scrolling all over the dang place. So what I was going to say here, and then we'll get back to Guy's. I want to show Guy's his thing, his ESPHome NSpanel, and I want to check out this Reddit thing in Tuya. Tuya was good for. I mean, I thought they were playing pretty nice with the community for a while. That may have changed, it seems. Well, we're gonna get deeper into that. Okay, so this is my home assistant from home, my actual home, and one of the things that we worked on last week at home that I would have worked on or that I would have shown today had I been home. And by the way, this is a good time to tell you I won't be able to stream next week. I will definitely be working, but if I can get off Monday, maybe I'll stream a little Monday. So ESPHome, I got my stepper motor running beautifully. Got the stepper motor running beautifully, and I am going to do the servo. I know I pulled out the servo and said, all right, this is stepper and this is the driver. And then I was like, wait a minute, this isn't right. And it wasn't right. Come on, ESPHome, fire up, buddy. Fire up. There were some things about getting the stepper running. New version is the front end is available. Okay. There were some tricks to getting the stepper motor running in ESPHome that weren't clear anywhere. Even like wiring diagrams for the stepper motor, not in the ESPHome documentation. So I wanted to mention those things because they're important if anybody's going to try this. So we're going to go to the stepper here, which I think is disconnected at home. That's why it's here. So I'm using that ESP32 PoE from TTGo. So that's all the same. Ethernet, that's part of this PoE thing. So none of that's necessary. The API stuff, this stuff is straight out of the ESPHome documentation. I didn't change anything except make sure that your IDs match, that your my stepper is this same ID down here. Okay, that's important. So I am planning to use this, or I want these to work up here. The stepper motors are for my little magic game for the kids in the house, right? So I want treasure chests to open and close, or cabinets to open and close, or animals to move their arms or their mouth or something like that, right? So a stepper motor that is not asleep, if it's not in sleep mode, it uses a lot of power. Not only does it use a lot of power, it gets hot. That's good sometimes because it also is locked in that position. So if you need it to be locked and resist being manually moved, then you can't let it be in sleep. If I was using it at home, it probably wouldn't matter too much. The heat that it builds up is a problem maybe, but up here, I'm running off solar. I'm running off batteries at night. I don't want, a stepper motor taking, I don't even remember what it was, 15, 20 watts. Maybe it was more. I can't remember. It was too much for me to say I want that to run all the time, especially if I've got a house full of a dozen of them. So I needed to figure out the sleep pin part. I tried this. I took this sleep pin and I hooked it up to a GPIO pin, and it didn't work. And not only did it not work, it just wouldn't run at all. Anyways, I did some troubleshooting. The sleep pin was putting out 3 volts. And in some diagrams, I saw the sleep pin connected to the reset pin. And the reset pin had 0 volts on it. In fact, it looked like it was just kind of floating. And I don't think it wasn't grounded. It wasn't high. It was just there. So I tried something, which was to connect 3 volts to the reset pin, a separate 3 volt from the control board to the reset pin, then connect the sleep pin to the ESP32 pin, the GPIO pin. That worked. That did the trick. So what that does is when you tell the stepper to go to a certain position, it turns on, it goes to that position, and it goes to sleep. So the power usage is only while it turns. And once it turns, it gets to that position, it stops. So that connection of putting 3 volts on the reset pin and then having the sleep pin go to your GPIO wasn't something I found anywhere that was very obvious. So from me to you. There it is. That was kind of the big clincher. The big clincher on that. And then you do have to do some things in Home Assistant to get it to have a control, right? Because you have to control it through Home Assistant. This stuff here is part of it as well. This is part of things that you need. Oh, this was part of the servo. Sorry, ignore this, I think. Yeah, this is part of a servo. We're going to deal with that another time. I did play around with the acceleration and the deceleration, which is kind of fun. You can have it start out really slow and then go faster, or you can have it start out normal and then slow down as it gets to the end. So that's kind of fun to play around with. The stuff you need in the ESPHome documentation, the parts that you have to put in Home Assistant are still in YAML. It says, go to your config and create this input select or number input number. Right? So it makes a slider bar, right? I did it. I started doing that and I was like, wait a minute, you don't have to do this anymore. You can use helpers and use the UI. So that's what I did. When I did it, I screen recorded it so that I could use it, so I could show people. But that's on the computer at home. I don't have it here with me, so I can't show you now. But it probably would be worthwhile to make a little bit of a video about that. So I'll probably do that, put it on my list of things to do. But that was important too. And so I'll go through how to make a helper for that. Here is the helper, stepper control demo. A couple of the important stuff. This is, this was the automation, sorry. This was the automation. So first you had to make the helper, which is this, TTGo stepper slider. That's the helper. And then you do have to YAML in the actions here. So what I had to do for that, because and maybe you can, and I just forgot how, I couldn't get to this window to edit the YAML in the automation. I ended up having to go to the YAML file, the automations.yaml file, and change that. So maybe you guys can tell me, is that something I should be able to do and I just missed it? Restream is down for sure. Oh, bummer. If you call all the stepper controls can be programmed in ESPHome, including a slider. Oh, really? Ooh. Do you have info on that? Creative, you've done it that way? That would be nice, because then if you can put everything in your YAML file, you can create the entity, which totally makes sense. I know that, and I know you can do the automations in there too. So that would be great. But anyways, this is how I did it, and I did run into that little bit of a hiccup, and then that I couldn't edit the YAML. I had to go into the file and edit the YAML. And then here is the stepper slider. And this is what it looks like. This is pretty cool because it just goes to show you how far Home Assistant has come when it comes to user interface. You still kind of got to dig a little. I could not see Paul Hibbert making this. I would love to see him make it. I'm sure he's got the mental capacity to do it, but I don't think he would do it. Do you? I don't think so. I don't think he would do it. But you can do it now, all graphic interface, as far as creating the slider that you could use to move things back and forth. You want it to be a slider, you got a minimum and a maximum value. I just happen to choose this icon, but it's kind of neat that you can choose an icon. You give it a name and you're done, right? Pretty sweet. And then I did put it in this automation. It's not plugged in at home, so nothing would happen. So that's the update on that. I wanted to give you an update on the stepper motor in ESPHome. I got it working. It's beautiful. I love it. The next thing I need to do is go to like Hobby Lobby. I don't know if probably not all of you guys have something like Hobby Lobby. Oh, hey, how's it going, Rob? I think I did that on my projector video. Oh, maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe you did. It's probably been a while. Or was that recent? I don't remember. Anyways, I need to go to like Hobby Lobby or one of these craft stores and get a cheap little treasure chest, and then make up a mechanism inside the treasure chest to mount the stepper motor. I probably don't need the big honkin' stepper motor that I have. I should probably buy some smaller stepper motors because I just got the I've got like the NEMA 17 stepper motors that you would use for a 3D printer. So probably overkill, but that's the next step, is to make a treasure chest that would open. Pretty sweet, right? He doesn't need, he made it so now he's married, so he has all the time in the world to work on Home Assistant. Nice, Mark. Nice. Because that's what he says happens if you work on Home Assistant all the time, right? What a turkey. How's things, Rob? How's things? I saw your newest video, but I didn't get to watch it yet, and I'm very interested because maybe you were here last time. I talked about wanting to do water heater control here at the Hobbit house. My water heater is clearly the biggest power use device in the house, and there's a long story behind why that is the case. But for right now, I mean, it's the biggest power usage. It's done. It's not working. It's not running now. But when it does run, it's like 4,400 watts. So that's a big deal. Fortunately, it doesn't. When we get up here and we have to reheat the tank, fill the tank, it comes on. But oh, you just finished a live stream on Amazon. Oh, that's awesome. How did I not know that was today? I thought it was. What's today's date? 24. Anyways, so you liking that live stream on Amazon? Use Rob's video for sure. Okay, cool. I will. I want to, because I've had it master planned and I've got a 30 amp relay, but I want to see how you do it, as I'm sure you've got a good way. My smart take for the day: imagine your wife being into Home Assistant. The on-demand, I looked into the on-demand, and I'm okay with what we have. I think I do want to do, we'll see what we end up doing about what we've got. It's going to be fine. We've got enough solar that as long as we only run the water heater in the daytime, we're fine. We're fine. Problem is, we're going to want to run the hot tub at night. That's a problem. My relay is too janky. You don't like my relay? It's Amazon, I think. Didn't I buy it on Amazon? Can't remember. It's all Chinese writing on it. It's the same stuff. What kind of relay did you use, Rob? What did you use to do it? I know that there are like devices that you can buy. Did you use like a pre-made device for it? Excuse me. Pinky Wafer and her wife are both into Home Assistant. That's right, see? 2 wives in one shot. 40 amp contactor was only like $13. Contactor, not a relay. Okay. Good thinking. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, good news. I haven't actually installed that janky relay yet. Awesome. Thank you, Creative. Okay, well, let's it'll probably be maybe sometime during the week. I might hit you up if I'm at home and I can work on it at night during the week. I'll hit you up for some help on that. Maybe we can talk SAPanel or NSpanel as well. Signoff NSpanel. Sweet. So we talked about the steppers, and I'm really excited about that. I got to explore new things, and new things for me is making this treasure chest open and close, and finding some kind of a statue that I can make move. I want to do that because I want little kids to come up here and be just awed, just look at it and go, whoa, my kids are getting a little too old to be too astounded by my goofiness, but Tasmota stepper control is very good. I was looking into that, Rob. You have to. What I saw that kind of made me just go right to ESPHome instead was that it's not part of the pre-compiled. Is that true, or do they have a specific pre-compiled one? I can compile it myself. That's fine. It's been a while since I've had to do that, but it's not like I can't do it. But I saw that and I was like, okay, this is going to take more time. I'm going to ESPHome. Do you use wHgo or similar or something similar? Do I use wHgo or something similar? For things I permanently install, I usually use wire nuts or those soldery melty connectors. I have some wHgo and I use them. I like wHgo for like bench top, like if I'm working on something, trying to get it figured out. It's just so easy to clip things in and out with the wHgo. And that's just kind of and that's more than anything habit. I'm just, I've been using wire nuts as long as I can remember. So that's usually where I go is wire nuts, but that's a US thing. I really liked, was it Great Scott that did a really good comparison of several different connectors like that? I think it was Great Scott that just recently did wHgo versus wire nuts versus something else. It was really pretty good. For the projector drawer, I specifically said that it needed to be pre-compiled, but people said it didn't need to be in the comments. Oh, really? Interesting. Maybe somebody's got a repo where they've compiled it, or maybe there is, sometimes they've got that whole list of pre-compiled versions. Maybe it's in there now. I looked at the spreadsheet that they had that said which features are included. And basically it said steppers, for the stepper it had to be pre-compiled. So I'm with you on Rob. I believed that was the case. So I might look into it a little bit more. I'm happy with ESPHome, so I might not do it. Awesome. What contactor? So I need a 40 amp contactor. Oh, this what you use? Something like this? And you said $13. Well, that looks tricky to, I guess. How do you wire that? Oh, so you put the wires right on here? What's all this? Can't say that this is this is not familiar. This, I'm assuming, is the control wires, or maybe that's the power. I don't know. Interesting. It says 360. It's not 360. It's just 3 different pictures. They have it on Amazon. So, and it's a 2-pole. Is that what you did too? You did a 2-pole? 40 amp? Oh, a 40A bra. I was like, why does it say 40 amp? 40 amp bra. So something like this. Okay. Where do you connect the control wires? I'm assuming enough to do. Must be something on the side. 24 volt or 120 volt coil. Oh, what would I use? 240 volt coil. Oh, that's great. So it gets the power for the coil from the. Does it get it from these same poles? Can it do that? I guess it could, right? Why not? Because you're connecting 240 on one side and then the device on the other side, or the water heater on the other side, right? So it could take the 240 here. And then how do you signal it? Watch the video. Okay, fine. The video as well. My wife could wire it. Awesome job, by the way. Nice. Okay, sweet. Thanks, Rob. As always. As always. All right, so water heater. What else do we need to talk about? Anything else going on? I could use my relay to switch the coil voltage. Rob does do quality videos. Need a transformer. Oh. I'll have to check it out. I will check out the video. I will put the this relay will work, right? Or this contactor will work. So I'm just going to put that in my cart. And now it says you need a transformer. A Shelly? Oh, let's go look at that. Let's look at that Reddit thing. let's look at that Reddit thing. So what's this about? And maybe I could just look it up. Tuya service. Not status. This must be it. Background service. Today, the Tuya Smart app started popping up a notification telling me background service is being used now. Can someone help me out? How can I disable it? I need Tuya Smart app permanently running in the background. There's no reason for it. Is that what it was about? There's got to be more to it. Only question was, wouldn't an on-demand gas heater be more efficient? Oh, probably. I don't know. I don't have the ability, unfortunately, to have a gas water heater. That's what I thought I would have, and I ran my propane pipe to the spot. I just don't have an exhaust. And it's, you know, you can't just exhaust a water heater, a gas water heater. You can't just exhaust it just any old place. And when I had the contractors out here that do that stuff, we did not have any good options. Am I still building the large RGB LED matrix? I should, right? I haven't been working on it. The background service is almost certainly for geofencing. So is that, what was he talking about? Who was that? Jay was his name? That had said something about some charge, some fee for something. It's getting cold in here. I think he said he posted it in the live stream chat. Banggood portable monitor, Sonos, Amazon, Friar Tuck. Oh, by the way, you can go to. Don't forget to go to Discord and put /here, so you get your points. That isn't it. Someone is saying their lights won't work and they are being pointed to a $25,000 a year service plan. Get a condensing water heater. You can use PVC for exhaust. Really? Yeah, the kids are stealing my bandwidth. Very possibly. Very possibly. I haven't checked since we got down here this time because we got here. It was dark already last night. But the my Elon satellite out there blew over in the wind in between visits. So when we got here last time, it had been blown over, and I didn't realize that. It looked like it was broken. What that satellite does is every time you power it on, it looks for its orientation and gets in the right spot. And it had tipped over on its side while it was off, and then when it turned on, it rearranged itself. And then I stood it up, and it didn't do a rearrangement. It was as we were leaving, so I didn't bother to let it rearrange. I'm assuming that when I powered it up again last night that it recalibrated, but maybe it didn't. If I'm getting a bad signal, that could be why. Put it in the live chat on Discord. Stoller Mom, that's you, Vanessa? Enterprise package for device manufacturers. Flagship edition. 224 million API calls. I don't think you need that. And 25,000. Oh, I see. Interesting. Service purchase. Interesting. Yeah, so probably somebody stumbled onto the wrong product, or they got into the wrong product. That does not seem in line with what Tuya does. There's no way I can't imagine that they would do that. It's too easy to abandon, to be honest, even for even for normal users, I think it would be too easy to abandon. Nobody's paying $25,000 a year for their smart home. No, but nope, not any normal people. And we're all normal people. So let's see. Anything else? What else should we talk about? We probably cut it short. I did want to not do too long because I want to get back to some of my projects up here. I am working on, you can't see it, but I'm working on lights, and we've got these lights. Let me show you because they are super cool. Oh. So I think as I told you before, what I have found up here that works really well with the lumen cache is these 24 volt LED strips. They're just simple 24 volts. They are dimmable because they're just straight LEDs. There's no voltage management built in, so they're dimmable and everything. So they work really well with lumen cache and with the lumen cache switches. So I've just been using them everywhere. I use them to make the lights in the chandeliers. I use them to make the lights on the pillars over there. I use them for the porch lights, using them for the pool table lights, and I'm using them for these lights. So these are going to hang from above the kind of prep table or island in the kitchen here. And they're just these like cheap, I don't remember what we paid for these. They weren't much, maybe $15 or something like that. We just kind of stained them, and then I put the LED strip on the inside and just some lamp cable. This is just 24 volts, so it's not going to be too big a deal. And I do have some chain. I could totally just hang them like this. They're not heavy. I tied a knot on the inside. I could just hang them like this, but Janice wants some chain on there. Mrs. Z's does. So anyways, that's what I got to do. I was about 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way to having them installed. And then I was like, okay, got to get ready for the stream. So, hey, Zach. Oh, man, I still owe you a picture, don't I? You need a picture and an address or something, right? Operating margin was negative in the fiscal year, down 22% points year over year. Whoa. So that's Tuya? Tuya's been losing money? Whoa. That's a lot of money. Negative. Operating margin is negative. Well, you're not going to stay in business too long like that. They're going to have to find some way to start charging some people. Wow. Yikes. Well, if they're trying to charge normal users $25,000, they are also going to go out of business quickly. Because I don't know how. I mean, maybe some of their users are enterprise users, right? Maybe some of their, because somebody who would pay that would be somebody who like rebranded their stuff, right? Who it's Tuya underneath, but they just rebranded. A diffuser cover. I don't think I am, Rob. I don't think I am. We're gonna see how it looks. If it looks okay, then I don't think I will. If I need something, I'll put something over there. Finding good diffusers has been a little tricky. Because I want like certain shapes. That thing you may have heard just hit the ground was actually a 3D printed little candle top that I made. My favorite diffusers have been, can you see? I don't know if you can see. I'm not looking at myself. Yeah, you can see right there. You see those lights? So those lights are actually candles. And they're real candles. So if you we just went to Walmart and bought these crappy candles that are like LED candles, but the outside is actually wax. And it's just like a wax cylinder. And it's mostly hollow on the inside. So it's perfect. So I just took my LED strip, kind of wrapped it around the inside, pointing out, and it's wax. So it looks like a real candle. It's actually a real candle. And it diffuses light just like a wax candle. It's pretty neat. I like it a lot. But finding diffusers for some of this other stuff has been a little more tricky. So we'll see how it looks without the diffuser. The idea of those is they're going to hang down. They'll probably be at or just below eye level, and they'll be pointing down at the countertop. So, or maybe they won't be quite at eye level. They might be about head level. pointing down. So we'll see if it feels like it needs it. A big market. They do have a ton of partners and rebrands for the Tuya products. Oh, okay, good. Good. Painting the inside of the barrels white or silver would work quite well too. Oh, really? Oh, it's too late for that. Yeah, I guess that would have been good. I think, yeah, we just stained it. But I guess we could still do that. We could still put like some tinfoil in there, glue some tinfoil in there or something. I also made, it's kind of too big to show you. And maybe, yeah, I'll show you another time. I made the light fixture for the pool table. We couldn't find one that we really liked. And so I just made it, and it wasn't any big deal. It just took some really nice looking crown molding and just made kind of a rectangle with a flat piece on top. Going to put the same kind of LED strips in it pointing down. So it's pointing at the pool table. That's it. Chris Mayer, I do. He does lots of experiments with LED diffuser materials. Ooh, really? Oh, I haven't seen that. I need to try that. I'm going to make if I go to the website, then I will. Oh, with wLED. Well, how about that? A week ago. Well, how about that? Cool. I've seen something that he did before. I think maybe it was these. Sweet. Okay. Yep. Gonna watch it. I can't believe I'm not subscribed. Sorry, Chris. Okay. Let's see what else. You guys anybody else have questions? Anybody having problems? Anybody need assistance with something? Anyone? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Oh, good. Everybody's got some people signed in. Great. We still don't know what we're going to do with all those nuts. But in fact, I think as soon as we get done here, I'm going to watch Rob's video while I finish doing this. I'm going to have it in the background. And then I'm going to watch some of Chris's videos about diffusers. This week, I'm releasing the ESPHome code and tutorial. Okay, sweet. Oh, for the NSpanel. Awesome. Awesome. And we were stuck. We were trying to homeassistant.local. I need to just bookmark this. It said we needed. Oh, good. Tailscale needs an update. We're going to do Home Assistant Core. We don't need an update because nothing has changed. I need assistance with getting followers on Amazon. So is there some, are they trying, I mean, obviously they're trying to get into that. That's interesting. I wonder if, is there a way, do they have, I mean, if something like Restream or one of these could do both, that would probably help you. I haven't, I remember seeing their stuff a long time ago about going live on Amazon, but I haven't tried it. I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing. I would add it if I could add it through Restream or something, but that'd probably be it. Recently got a CT clamp on a D1 Mini, and the results are sometimes a bit off. Are the CT clamps accurate? Can anyone recommend a cheap alternative? DJ Roscoe says. Cheap alternative. You can put CT clamps on the Shelly Power things, right, fellas? I don't know a lot about it. Some of these other guys, maybe 380 or maybe Sir Goodenough or Rob or some of these others that are in the chat today are going to be better at the technical part of it. It seems to me that the circuitry between the D1 Mini and the CT clamp have a lot to do with it. It isn't just the CT clamp and the input on the D1 Mini. That if you have some circuitry in between, it's going to do better. Simple circuit. Did I get it right this time? I never get it right. Is it John? What's his name? He was on the stream again the other day, finally again. No, that's not it. I thought it was simple circuit power monitor. I get it wrong every time. What's it called? DigiBlur actually the one that has done this most CT stuff. Okay, good. So yeah, DigiBlur, Travis, he's the one that showed me this whole house monitoring thing. I have got to remember what this flippin' thing is called. I can't believe I messed it up. It's because it's such a generic name that it really, circuit setup. Circuit setup. Circuit setup. Yes. And this is what I am using at my main house for power monitoring, and it's fantastic. It works great. I mean, if you go here to my overview page and you look at this, that's this circuit setup. It's also my solar, my solar inverter company, but this stuff that's getting the power down here, and I've got it broken down more. And so he sells these boards, and you put like an ESP32 on top. And then you connect your clamps, and it's pretty reliable. That other thing that we looked at, though, I mean, I like his stuff. I want to support small developers like that. But that, what was that thing that I have? The Emporia, right? The Emporia is actually quite good. Quite good. This guy is quite good. I'm gonna, we're gonna put an electric car charger up here. I'll try an Emporia one because I'm pretty happy with it. I need to get this one. So it comes with 8 50 amp sensors. I'm gonna get this one and I'm gonna put it up at the pavilion because I want it to monitor the pumps up there. I want it to water because there's up at the pavilion, which is our little powerhouse. We have a distribution panel, and some of it comes here to the house, but some of it stays up there at the pavilion for power there, and some of it goes over to our well station and runs the pumps. So I need another Emporia unit up there to gather the information about those things. In fact, I'm ready to do that now. I can't imagine I would need 16. 8 would be enough, right? Am I going to regret not having more? Yeah, it's not cheap. I know. Sorry. Zach, yes, it does. Emporia does have a Home Assistant integration, and I'm using it. I was using it here at the Hobbit house. But I guess I didn't finish setting it up. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. It's probably like an API code from the app or something. But yes, and Rob, of course, you can do ESPHome on it as well. I looked at that, and there was some reason why I decided not to try it. I can't remember what it was. There was something that you lost with ESPHome, and I can't remember what it was. I'm not as cloud averse maybe for some things, so I'm happy with go ahead and using the Emporia app and then just having it brought into Home Assistant. I like my Emporia. Is there a way to see the stats in Home Assistant? Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes. Josh, there totally is. And I did it. I'm sure I can find you the link here. Emporia Home Assistant integration. Unfortunately, Roscoe, this is probably it's the cheapest big one. Like with one of these Emporia units, you can connect 16 circuits. But some of the other things like the Shelly, you can do, because the Shelly does do that, right, fellas? I know Shelly has their power monitoring, but that monitors the power because it goes through the device. But I thought they had a power monitor that you could connect a CT clamp to. Is that not right? It is a custom repository, Vanessa. That's true. It would be great if it was in if it got to be in hacks. Can we use Emporia on Home Assistant without the app or account? Only if you flash it with ESPHome, But yes, you can. You just have to flash it with ESPHome. Go with the non-accuracy or buy one of the things Doc is pointing at. Yeah, probably true, Roscoe. Probably true. Probably true. You're going to either have to kind of deal with the inaccuracy or, step up to some different hardware. The 149 is not bad. And to get 8 sensors for $100, and it's really good. It's actually pretty good. A Quanta natural gas hot water heater smart system. I looked at that. I did look at that, Jay. When I was looking at controlling a hot water heater, I looked at that. I would be very curious what somebody's experience is as well. But this, I was like, I don't need to buy this. Like, I looked at this system and said, I don't need to buy this. Like, there's nothing in here that I can't do with Home Assistant. I was going to do it with a relay, which would have been bad. So now I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to do it the hookup way, which is going to be much better, and my house won't burn down. But yeah, it would be interesting to see what people's experience with this is. I'm sure they have an app. I don't know if there is a Home Assistant integration for a Quanta. If there's not now, there probably would be at some point. Is this the right one? Or maybe Vanessa, if you have it handy, would you just plop, which by the way, why have we not done this? Plop in a link to the Emporia integration. I don't remember where I found it, how I followed it. I mean, I just don't have it handy. So there's that, but I'm not sure that that's it. And Shelly EM, right? So Shelly EM, you can hook a clamp to. There you go. There you go. But even that, man, it's $60. If you're going to do this, if you're going to buy, and I love Shelly. I do love Shelly. I feel bad. I get, every once in a while, Dimitar will contact me and he'll be like, did we make you mad or something? You don't use us. You don't talk about us. No, it's not it. I just don't have the use. I haven't been doing these kinds of things where I need this kind of a device for a while. But I love Shelly. They make great stuff, and Dimitar in the group, they're awesome. So I definitely would recommend something like this. But when you're looking at this, you're talking about one 50 amp clamp for $60. For 110, you can get 8. So it depends what you need. If you really only need one, and you really want the lowest price, best like accuracy module, this is probably going to be what the best you'll find. If you're not okay, or if you're okay with the inaccuracy, stick with what you got. Maybe if you talk to Travis with DigiBlur or some of these other guys, and maybe the circuitry that you need to improve the accuracy isn't too difficult. And you might be able to just kind of hack together yourself, whatever, I don't even know what it is, resistors, capacitor, or something that modulates that power a little bit better, the changes. So maybe you get a little more accuracy. You might be able to do it yourself for really cheap if you could do that, because it would be pennies if that was all you needed. In the live stream page. Okay, thank you, Vanessa. There it is. Awesome. I will repost it here. I just made you a mod, by the way, Vanessa, if you didn't notice your wrench. Thanks for all you do. Okay. So there you go. Fun thing I just thought of to share. It was fun for me. This is not my whole job. I do anesthesia with a good significant part of my time. And I have some responsibilities in our group. And yesterday was our annual meeting. So every year we have an annual meeting. We have 190 physicians and a bunch of nurse anesthetists as well that are mostly part-time. But anyways, we have an annual meeting, and so I had something to present at the annual meeting yesterday, and so I was presenting. And afterwards, one of my partners, one of the other anesthesiologists in the group that I didn't know too well, I don't think I'd ever met him face to face, but I'd seen his name, came up to me and he goes, "Do you go by DrZzs on YouTube?" And it was so fun. He's like, dude, I bought your Permatrack. I bought your lights. Like, I'm using wLED. Like, it's awesome, you know? And he's like, I saw you up here talking. And I was like, what? Wait, I know that guy. And then he put it together and he came up and said hi. So that was pretty sweet for me. That was kind of fun. One of my partners that, does anesthesia with me that recognized me from YouTube. That was pretty fun. So, all right. Anyways, let's kind of wrap it up. It's been about an hour and a half. That's pretty good. Let's wrap it up. Hey, Zachary, come do sign off with me. Zach's my only boy for sign off tonight, so we'll let him come do sign off. We did. Zachary right now is in Anastasia. If you've seen this show, Anastasia, the musical, he's got a pretty fun part. He's like one of the Russian guys that's mean, and then he gets to just be a goofball, which he does very well, as we've discussed. Breakout common pins, IC2 power, make it easier for sensor projects without needing Clever here to make a custom PCB breakout board for ESP32s to use with non-LED projects. Man, Martin, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I know I've got the guy that can design the PCB and all that stuff if I knew the circuitry, and I don't. So let's work on that. Let's find some minds. If you are one of those people who can do that, get with me and we'll work on it together. Okay, watch that Smart Home of the Future video you posted last week. It was hilarious and really fascinating. Isn't it good, Roscoe? It's so good. I still want to do a side-by-side. I want to take that video and I want to watch a clip, and then I want to show a modern version of that thing and just go back and forth like that. So it would be really cool. Okay, here we are. How do you want to sign off? Actually sign off like total goofballs? Look, right? We're going to sign off. We're going to sign off like total goofballs. Ready?
As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Good enough.
I think I see where he gets it. All right, everybody. Thank you, Zach. You're awesome. Okay, have a great weekend, everybody. Next week, no